Volodymyr Zelensky has once again chosen escalation over negotiation. The Ukrainian president announced overnight drone strikes deep inside Russian territory, with Ukrainian drones traveling approximately 1,000 kilometers to strike naval arsenals and the Kronstadt naval base near St. Petersburg, home to Russia's Baltic Fleet. A secondary wave reached 500 kilometers into the Krasnodar region, hitting an oil depot. The operation involved Ukraine's armed forces, security service, and defense intelligence. A coordinated assault on Russian soil, far from any front line.
It is time to end this war, but Russia's ruler wants to keep fighting. That is why Ukrainian sanctions against this aggression are working. Last night, our drones covered a distance of about 1,000 kilometers to the St. Petersburg region, to the enemy navy's arsenals and a base in Kronstadt.
The timing was no accident. The strikes landed as St. Petersburg hosted Russia's annual economic forum, a globally attended platform for trade and diplomacy. Over 140 drones were intercepted over the Leningrad region alone, according to the St. Petersburg governor, who issued an unprecedented public advisory urging residents to stay indoors. Russian officials described the scale of the assault as unlike anything seen before in this conflict. Ukraine did not strike a battlefield. It struck a city, Putin's city. Zelensky has rebranded his drone campaign as long-range sanctions, but the targets tell a different story. Naval bases, oil infrastructure, economic arteries. Strikes designed not to end the war, but to bleed Russia and inflict maximum pressure on its military and civilian ecosystem simultaneously. In recent months, Ukraine has hit targets as far as 1,700 kilometers inside Russian territory. A systematic deep strike campaign expanding in both range and ambition with no ceasefire in sight.
Our long-range sanctions also reached about 500 kilometers into the Krasnodar region and hit an oil depot. These are important results of the joint efforts by warriors from the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Security Service of Ukraine, and the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine. Russia must end its war and stop its attacks on life. Any manifestation of injustice against Ukraine will receive a just response. I thank our warriors for their precision.
Despite the spectacle, the ground reality remains unchanged. Russia continues to hold significant territorial positions, and Moscow has shown no sign of strategic retreat. Deep strike drone campaigns have so far failed to force any decisive shift in Russia's war calculus or its operational capacity on the front lines. Zelensky insists it is time to end the war, yet every overnight drone barrage pushes that possibility further away. By targeting Russia's navy, oil supply, and economic showcase, Kyiv is choosing to widen the conflict, not close it. As the war's geography expands, one question demands an answer. Who is actually prolonging this war?